Hello, math friends. Today we're going to talk a little bit about how you can graph in the coordinate plane. If we talk about the coordinate plane, there's a few little smart terms that we need to know. One of them is about quadrants. It sounds like a fancy word, and really it's just talking about dividing the graph up into four pieces. We have an x-axis that moves left to right and a y-axis that goes up and down. And when those two axes cross, it creates four little areas on the graph. The first area right here we call quadrant 1, and it has positive x numbers and positive y numbers. The next one over we call quadrant 2, and notice I'm using Roman numerals, that's how they're normally labeled. And in quadrant 2, the x numbers are negative because we're over on the left side, and the y numbers going up are still positive. Then we move down to quadrant 3. To get to quadrant 3, we're traveling left and down. Left gives me negative x coordinates, and down gives me negative y coordinates. And then my last quadrant is quadrant 4. And if we look at the numbers in quadrant 4, we're moving to the right, which is the positive direction for x, and we're going down, which is the negative direction for y. So these are my quadrants in my coordinate plane. And there's one other little important piece right here, right in the middle, where my x and my y axis cross. That's called the origin. And that's where we start every time when we're graphing in the coordinate plane. It's our starting point, the origin. Okay? So now that we have kind of that background lingo and we're sounding like super smart mathematicians, now we can go ahead and take a look at how do we actually go and take some points and put them on our graph. So here I have some ordered pairs that I would like to graph onto my coordinate plane. To do that, you can tell there's always parentheses and then a comma between the two numbers. And they're in the order of x and then y. When I think about this, I think about going in an elevator. If I start from my origin, I either have to go right or left to get into the elevator, and then the elevator will take me up or down. So my first digit controls either my right, moving to my right from my origin if it's positive, or left if it's negative. And then the second digit controls up if it's positive, or down if it's negative. Okay, and so this little reminder you could always write at the top of your page, okay, and that can be kind of super handy. So now if I go ahead and look at my first point, I have the point 1, 0 right here. So if I start from my origin, the 1 tells me to go, oh, it's positive, move to your right, and 0 says don't go anywhere, stay right there. Okay, good enough. My second point is 1, 2, so I go right 1, up 2. Okay, my third point tells me right 2, up 1, because my second number is positive. Then I go to my third coordinate, and it says don't go left or right at all, but go down 2. So I go from here, I drop down 2. All right. Then I have negative 2, 1. That tells me start from my origin. The first number is negative. That tells me move to your left, 1, 2. And then a positive 1 tells me to go up 1. And then I have a negative 2, 2. If I start from my origin, my negative 2 tells me go left 2, and then go up 2, because the second number is positive. Now I'm going to add one other point in here to see if I can't kind of make this look like something kind of cool. So what if I just decided, hey, I kind of want to have this point as part of my graph too. What would the coordinates of that point be? Well, I start from my origin and I don't go left or right at all. So it would give me a 0 for my first coordinate, and then I go up 1. So there's the coordinates of that point. And the reason why I wanted to do it is because look at, then if we connect our points, it kind of forms a little bit like a heart, which is awesome for us because we love math and we love the coordinate plane. Super fun. Go do your graphing, my friends.